Somehow this drone that's under $200 has features that are not included in drones that are 2 to 3 times its price. Let's check it out. Now what really impresses me at first about this drone is that it comes with a controller that has a screen built onto it, which means that you don't have to use your phone. That's pretty impressive. Also, it has obstacle avoidance. Again, a feature that is literally not in drones 2 to 3 times its price tag. It's absolutely crazy. All right, so it comes with a decent looking carrying case. You've got an instruction manual. So it comes with 2 of these 2-cell 2200 milliamp battery packs. You've got a little bag that has some extra propellers, a USB Type-C charger, and a little screwdriver and the joysticks for the controller. Aha! Inside of this box here, if it'll come out, come on. This is the top obstacle avoidance sensor 2.0. All right, let's check out this controller because I think this is what most people are excited about inside of this price range. May as well get this peel out of the way. God, that looks freaking amazing. Can't believe they include a transmitter like this in this price range. Now, I will say this controller does not feel as high quality as DJI's controller. It's obviously quite a bit more plasticky and it does feel pretty light. Oh wow. In the side of it, it actually came with a little 8GB micro SD card. That's actually a really nice feature. I guess not a feature, but a bonus. Now, as far as features go on the controller, you have a camera shutter on the top right, your recording button, a power button, I believe this is a gallery option to get you into your photos, and then a back button here. On the front, you have buttons to calibrate your GPS and your return to home button. On the top, it looks like you have another return to home button, a option to adjust the speed of the drone, and then on the right-hand side is your button to tilt the camera up and down. These little knobs here are just pressure fit into the joystick holder. They're not screwed in or anything like that, but honestly, this feels pretty good. And then in the bottom, if you wanted to pull them out, you can store them easily in the bottom of the controller. They also give you a few extra screws for holding in the blades. What's interesting, and I don't know why you would ever use this, the controller also has an option to be able to put your phone in here. I'm not sure why you would ever use your phone to check out the FPV footage when you could just use the screen. But maybe later in this video, we'll figure that out. Last up here, we've got the drone, which has got a pretty big peel on the top of it. Now, you don't have to run obstacle avoidance if you're just flying in a big field and would rather not have the bulkiness, extra bulkiness added on top of the drone. You can always elect to not use this. Blades fold out like you would expect on pretty much any drone these days. The obstacle avoidance feature goes in right on the top here. There's just this little plate that covers it up and it just clips right in to the contacts right here. Not sure if we're gonna be using that or not in this video, where I pretty much only fly in big open fields. I don't know if it's worth it. Now check out this sensor. This is a 4K Ultra HD sensor. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this looks not only on the controller, but also afterwards on my computer. Because a lot of the times, the footage that you see on here is nowhere near as high quality as the footage that actually comes off the drone. Oh wait, no way. They give you 3 batteries. There was one pre-installed in the drone. This is honestly probably gonna give you like maybe close to an hour of flight time. That's crazy. On the bottom of the drone here, it does have a visual positioning sensor. If you're flying low to the ground, this will help you stay stable. And there is no gimbal or dampening on this camera setup here. You just have the option to tilt the camera up and down. I'm just curious if we can get this thing set up really quick without having to go charge the batteries. Before I fly it, I'll go charge the batteries. I'm just trying to see if we can actually get the video transmission signal to come across. Oh, whoa. This is a really cool feature as well. It actually shows you the battery readout on the top of the drone. So this thing already has 73% battery. That's pretty impressive. Oh, that didn't take very long at all either. The footage already showed up on the controller. Oh, cool. I was able to turn off the GPS to indoor mode so we can actually try to fly this thing in the garage real quick. Now, the setup on this thing was actually a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. Most drones, you gotta download the app. If they're GPS, a lot of times you have to do the GPS positioning, calibration crap. With this drone, I literally was able to plug in a battery, hit the power button on the controller, the power button on the drone, put it into indoor mode so that it wasn't searching for GPS signal in my garage, and it literally took off just fine. I hit the record button on the drone. I was able to test out the footage a little bit, which I'm gonna show you guys in a little bit here, and it honestly all just worked. That's fantastic. So many of these Amazon drones, you end up having a hard time getting them programmed and set up. This one here was very straightforward. I'm gonna go charge up all of the batteries because I don't want to risk, I don't know, taking this thing out, and even though it says it's 75%, if for some reason the battery meter on this is not accurate, I don't want to risk crashing a drone right off the start. So I'm gonna go charge up all of my batteries, get the controller charged up, charge up my camera probably as well. Then we're gonna go out and test this thing out for real. Can't wait to do it. All right, well, we are currently out at my local flying field. I'll put a link in the description down below if you guys live in Eastern Massachusetts and you guys are looking to get into RC flying. I will put a link in the description down below where you guys can become members. It's always best when you turn your drone on for the first time, turn on your transmitter and let it get 100% turned on and then turn on the drone. All right, it's all set up. And just for reference on the wind, we do have like a 10 mile or so crosswind coming across today. So a little bit windy for this thing, but I think it'll do just fine. All right, let's see how we do. Well, I gotta say, my initial impressions from looking at the screen here, which I can't see with polarized glasses on, it's not looking too good. All right, so I've got some bad news. Once I got back to my house and I downloaded all of the footage off of the drone, the only footage that was actually still there was the footage from when I tried flying it in the garage. The file of the footage from when I was out flying in this field was corrupted. And I've got to say, the footage that I'm showing you guys right now from inside of the garage, it looks horrible is the only thing I can really say about it. And I gotta say, the footage that was showing on the actual controller while I was flying was equally as unimpressive as what you guys are seeing on the screen right now flying in the garage. So I don't unfortunately have any footage of me actually flying this thing out in the field, which is unfortunate, but you can probably see by my reactions that it was not a good time. I'm gonna let the drone sit up there for a second, which it seems like it will do just fine. I'm bummed. I was really hoping for $200. I mean, you're getting kind of close to the price of a DJI Mini, which I think goes for like $299, maybe it's $399, whatever the price is. I was really hoping that this was gonna be like a nice budget option for a DJI Mini, but looking at the camera quality that's coming across here, and keep in mind, I haven't actually seen the footage that I'm showing you guys yet. I'm only able to see what I'm being shown here, which I assume because the memory card is actually in the controller, that it's the same exact footage that you guys are seeing on the screen now that I'm seeing, which that's not a great sign. Man, I'm just looking at the footage and I'm disappointed. For $200, I've used drones that are 50% of the price of this at $100, and I've had better experiences. The Amita S20 Lite comes to mind. It's a drone that is literally $99 and is better than this all the way around with the exception of this screen. If some of these $100 drones that are on the market would use this controller, absolute game changer. I would 100% recommend like the Amita S20 Lite with a controller like this. I'm sad, guys. I was really hoping this was gonna be a good one. You know, this is honestly bad enough that the drone should probably be returned for straight up like fraud. I mean, this thing is supposed to have a 4K camera, GPS and all of this stuff, and it's honestly maybe achieved like 10% of that. I honestly don't know what to say. We're on a bad streak right now. The last two drones that I've reviewed are drones that have underperformed, which is really unfortunate. I'm gonna try to land this thing real quick. Not always the recommended way to catch a drone, but I don't know, man. All right, I'm gonna pin up here the video to the Amita S20 Lite because I think a lot of people who are looking at this drone are looking for a good budget drone to get into the hobby of drones. And I don't want to steer you guys wrong and make you think by any means you should buy this drone, because this drone sucked. For $200, you could literally get a used DJI drone that would be 1,000 times better than this. So if all you have is $200 to spend, don't buy this drone. You'd be better off spending 50% of the money on an Amita S20 Lite or just trying to find a good used drone on the market. Like I said, don't buy this thing. I just want to make that as clear as possible. This drone sucks. The last drone I did a review on sucked. We're on a really bad streak right now. But this is the flying field that I fly at. This is Middlesex County RC Flyers in Billerica, Massachusetts. It's a really good field. A lot of really great members. If you've never flown an RC airplane before and are looking to get into it, they'll take you through a whole training plan and make you guys the best RC flyers you've ever seen. Really great group of guys, can't emphasize that enough. So if you guys want to become a member here, I'll put a link in the description down below where you can join the club. All right, that's it for this video. Like I said, don't buy this drone. Take a look at the Amita S20 Lite, or maybe like something like the Holy Stone HS360S. That's a pretty good drone. Just don't buy this one. That's it. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.